August 11th, 2013. Really nice day. I traveled through rolling hills, past herds of animals grazing under fine blue skies. I felt great, buoyant even. My mind was saturated with endorphins from weeks of hard exercise. My body felt good as well. Every day my legs are tired, but they are getting stronger too. The pavement ended in a small town at midday. From there, I turned south onto a lightly used track not shown on any of my maps. Going off map makes me nervous. The feeling is adjacent to being lost, though not as severe. I know where I started, and I know where I'm going. I just don't know where I am. I was looking for a good place to cross a small stream when a man arrived on his motorcycle. He had a pair of green knee-high rubber boots to wear over his shoes, just for this purpose. Seeing my situation, he offered them to me so I could stay dry while I pushed my bike across. He got up a little speed on his motorcycle and drove through the water, lifting his feet at the deepest point. The man was jovial and animated. On the other side of the stream, I took a photo of the boots, then he wanted to pose for a picture too. He wrapped his thick gray overcoat a little tighter around himself, squatted down next to his motorcycle, cocked his baseball cap to the side, and smiled. Before leaving, he gave me a biscuit and candy from his overcoat pocket. A short time later, a Mongolian man caught up to me in a small car. He was a little younger than me and wore a desert camouflage hat and 2 dog tags around his neck. He knew enough English for us to have a conversation and told me that he was a sergeant in the Mongolian armed forces and served alongside American troops in Afghanistan. He got out an iPad to show me pictures of his time at war. In one photo, he was smiling with American troops in front of an American flag. In a very real way, this Mongolian man risked his life avenging the death of Americans. I imagined him as a 10-year-old, sleeping in a yurt somewhere near here, while 6,000 miles away, the Twin Towers were falling. A decade later, he would travel 2,000 miles in the other direction to fight in a war that had nothing to do with him. Out here, riding my bike all day, I sometimes forget how complicated the world is. The soldier wanted to introduce me to what he called the Mongolian national drink. We walked to the back of his car where he opened the trunk to reveal 4 large plastic jugs of fermented mare's milk that he was taking to the next town to sell. He went rummaging through his vehicle for something to drink out of, and when I saw him consider dumping out a nearly empty bottle of Windex, I offered we use my cup. He took the top off of each of the 25-liter jugs to let gas out, explaining that they explode if he doesn't check them every few miles. Looking in, I could see a dozen unlit matches floating on top of the milk in different jugs. I asked him about them, but his language skills were stretched to explain that if the gas can be ignited by a lit match, then the drink is too strong. That didn't resolve the mystery of the unlit matches, but I wasn't able to get any further with the conversation. He poured a full cup, then handed the drink to me. I got through half, then handed the cup back to him to finish. The taste was sour, like bile. I shook the soldier's hand, thanked him for the milk and for his military service. He drove away over the next hill and was the last person I saw for the rest of the day. Through the afternoon and into evening, I was alone in the white space of my map. At the top of a slow rolling pass, I discovered a beautiful uvu with stones piled as high as my shoulders in the shape of a half sphere. Protruding towards the sky from the center was a thick wooden stake adorned with blue cloth. The road was nothing more than twin tire ruts, and they split to pass on either side of the uvu, making the monument useful for preventing accidents at the blind hilltop. Resting in with the stones were small offerings of coins, cookies, trinkets, and hard candy. I ate some of the candy. Feeding a hungry traveler must be in the spirit of any offering made in this vast land. When the daylight began to fade, I stopped on a hill for the night. This place is beautiful and empty of anyone else for as far as I can see. A reddish haze has settled, and the crescent moon is dropping over the horizon. While I ate dinner, I listened to an Alan Watts lecture. He expounded on the idea of life being fundamentally an opportunity to play. There is a lightheartedness about that perspective that speaks to me. To live a playful life, or even that our purpose is to play. I feel myself embodying that philosophy. Riding my bike, sleeping on the ground, I'm playing. The game is to have a meaningful life.